What is up, guys? Welcome back to Dudes Who Bet Daily. We're back here for a Friday. We got to start off the show. Unfortunately, it seems like we've done this too much this year, guys. We got to start the show with a little bit of bad news. If you haven't heard of it yet, I've had a few people send it to me. Dave Grinnig was, I believe, the first one to report this. Forgive me if he was not. I'm not on Twitter, but he says that he reported today Echo Zulu sustained a biaxial sesamoid bone fracture on the left front. Obviously, now in a splint, going to have surgery and out of the Breeders' Cup. So Echo Zulu out of the Breeders' Cup. Magic, I'll kick it to you. Kind of explain, what exactly that is.
So there, excuse me, the horses have 3 bones that kind of run down to what, for humans, I guess it's kind of like the ankle from what I understand. There's 2 in the front and 1 in the back. She broke the 2 that are in the front, fractured the 2 in the front. And this is an injury that is, unfortunately, this can be a common one for horses when they're undergoing like severe, extension. So she's very fast. So that's, unfortunately, this is the thing you see with really fast early horses and sprinter types. But they can be very severe and catastrophic. And so it's unfortunate that she's missing the Breeders' Cup and the kind of the fun headache that was going to come from, they're going to nominate her to the Filly Mare Sprint and the Sprint. Where's she going to go? That whole week debate. We're going to miss out on that. We're going to miss out on seeing an amazing talent at the Breeders' Cup. But we are very lucky that it wasn't catastrophic, because an injury like that with 2, think about where the horse where her hoof is going. If you broke both the bones there, like she could have easily just gone down.
It's very well said. I agree with you, Magic. Thank goodness it could have been a lot worse for sure. Steve Asmussen, in an article, you can see it now up on DRF. They do have a full article written by Steve Anderson, and they got a couple quotes from Steve Asmussen. Asmussen says Ryan Carpenter out in California will do the surgery. I'm not sure who that is, but obviously probably a leading vet out there. Said the surgery will most likely save her life, and then she will go on to be the incredible mama she deserves to be. Asmussen later went on to say she had a level of ability that is beyond rare. So obviously a big blow for the Breeders' Cup and for the Asmussen barn. Papa Dude, we just talked about this horse 2-3 weeks ago. Here was another Asmussen horse getting better and better as she got older, like so many of his horses do. So quite a blow, isn't it?
It is anytime, but as Magic said, it could have been much worse.
Yep.
And it sounds like they're going to be able to take care of her. The surgery will be successful. They're optimistic anyway, and that's the best news. We didn't lose the horse.
Yep. Definitely. Hopefully surgery goes well and everything goes okay with her. But a bad news, but news that could have been worse. I think Magic said it. Said it perfectly there. So, all right, guys, we will move on. Of course, we'll have much more Breeders' Cup coverage as the news comes in, and obviously everybody, I think, has got to pivot a little bit. No matter if you liked her in that race or not, because if you didn't like her, then all of a sudden your price that you thought you were going to get on another horse, just who knows? That horse now may be the favorite. So we'll see what happens there. So we'll keep you updated on anything that happens in that situation. But let's get to today, guys. Let's turn the page, move on here. It's a sneaky good college football Friday, Papa Dude. There's 3 games that should be competitive tonight. I think it's much needed. If you watch the NFL game last night, that was a horrible game. If you're smart, you turn it over and watch West Virginia and Houston, where Houston won on a Hail Mary last play of the game. But let's go to today. Tulane -7 at Memphis tonight. Really good teams here, Papa Dude. Total sitting at 55. Who do you like?
When did this go to 7?
Just this morning. It's I checked it at about 10:30, about 30 minutes. I was setting the show up, and it went to 7. Yeah, and as Dennis said, he got it at Tulane.
Yeah, that was yesterday, and it was 5 this morning when I got up, and now it's 7. So what's going on here?
I don't know.
Tulane should be the favorite, probably.
And just as you're talking, it's now 6. So it is fluctuating big time.
Well, I got my $100, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, because if it's 7, if it stayed at 7, I would take Memphis plus the points. Yeah. I do think it's going to be a very, very close game. But yeah, I don't know. If you can get it at 7, I think you need to take Memphis. I really do. If it goes down to 5 or 4, that's a little risky. And I think you stay with Tulane because I think Tulane's the better team. Now, Memphis has played well. They played Missouri to a one-score game.
Yep.
They have played extremely well, and it's going to be tough. And I think that would be somewhat of a rivalry, maybe.
I think so.
Memphis and of course Tulane being down in New Orleans, and Tulane was highly touted in the preseason, and they've played all right. I'm going to take Tulane to win, but if you can get it at 7, I'd take Memphis plus the points.
Magic, what do you think about this one?
Give me the under on this one. I think it's going to be a potential for a turnover fest. Tulane has lost 7 fumbles, thrown 3 interceptions so far this year. Memphis has lost 2 fumbles, thrown 5 interceptions. And on the flip side, you've got 10 turnovers that Tulane has recovered and 8 that Memphis has recovered this year. I think that the under is going to be the way to go. Tulane also, in terms of red zone scoring percentage, 133 college football teams, they rank 100th. In red zone scoring percentage. So you combine that, you're going to need some massive big plays and lots of them for this to go over the total. So give me the under.
Wow. That's a really good stat that I don't think a lot of people would really realize there on Tulane. Guys, I think we're going to have an outright upset. Give me Memphis tonight. I just kind of feel like Friday night, it's in Memphis. They're a pretty good team. They've played a team like Missouri close. I think they're going to ambush them. So give me Memphis in an outright upset tonight. I'll take them. I think I don't know what they're like plus 200. I think last I saw. So I'll take the Memphis Tigers in this one. All right, everybody's team that everybody loves to talk about that's not very good. Colorado actually plays tonight, 9:00 on ESPN. They are 12-point favorites now. They were 11.5 30 minutes ago. So these things are really changing. They're taking on the Stanford Cardinal, Papa Dude. This was a game we circled that Colorado's could win. Do you think they get it done tonight?
I think this might be their last chance to shine on the big stage because it's a Friday night and there's no competition against them. So if you want to watch college football, you want to watch them. Stanford is woeful. They're terrible. I think Colorado covers. I think they blow them off the field tonight.
I kind of look at this like I think Colorado's going to come out and play really well. I think they know and realize they're going to have to play really well to win the game. So I'm with you. I like that. I like Colorado tonight as well. Papa Dude. Magic, what do you think about the Buffalo?
I think this could be one where I'm looking up right now. I apologize. I thought I had opened. First half props for this one. I think if you can try and get Stanford, Colorado to go over, I think it's going to be a high scoring one early. So if you can get the first half props on this one, there's Stanford, Colorado. Pull this one up. First half props. This is making for great TV, let me tell you. It's still not showing up. I'll keep looking for it here if I can find it. But I was ready for Fresno State, Utah State, but not Stanford, Colorado, apparently.
Well, I'm so sorry.
Over first half, no matter what it is. That's my bet. There you go.
Over the first half, no matter what it is. You heard it here first. I see it now, Magic. It's 112 points for the first half.
But I took the over 113.5. Damn. Well, it didn't work.
The total is 60. So I would say the first half 60? Would be like
probably around 30.5 or
30.5, 32.5, something like that.
Yeah. I'd still say take it over.
Can't you see Colorado scoring 24 at least in the first half? I can.
Yeah, I can. Stanford, like I said, they're just not very good.
By the way, what did you think of the quarterback for Colorado, what he did down there in Arizona?
I don't even know. What did he do?
You did not see that? Okay. He was the only player on the Colorado team that did this.
Okay.
He went down in front of the Arizona State student body and taunted them after the game. Not one other Colorado player went.
I couldn't care less.
You can't.
That's my take on that kind of stuff. I've been real consistent with that kind of stuff, right? Like when the LSU girl, I can't even Bayou Barbie, I can't even think of her name now. When she was taunting Iowa and everybody was throwing a fit, I was like, "This is
Bayou Barbie."
Yeah, that's her name, Bayou Barbie. I don't know her name or actually, I can't remember. Everybody threw a fit. It's like, honestly, I think a lot of the people that get mad about stuff like this have never really played a sport. I say the same thing every time we do this. We tell these guys or gals, you got to kill him. You got to crunch him. You got to come out with so much intensity. You got to do this. You got to do that. But after you do something good, whatever you do, don't act like you did something good. Just go back and be a good little boy or girl. It's ridiculous. I love it, actually. I think more of him now that he's done that. How about that? I like him better. Yeah, Angel Reese. Yeah, love her. Absolutely love her. I've got
Barbie.
I love it. Yep. Yeah. Rodney, you took it right out of my mouth. Those kids in that student section were probably calling him every name in the book all night. They go down there, they win. He taunts him at the end. He goes to the locker room, and all of a sudden, he's a horrible person. Give me a break. I think that's a joke. I mean, who cares? All right, let's move on. Magic, I'm going to go to you first because you're ready for this. Fresno State -4.5 at Utah State tonight. Total sitting at 55.5. All right, you're ready, Magic.
Yeah, I liked first quarter over 10.5, and literally since in the 10 minutes that we've been on here, it's gone up to 11.5. So I'm glad I got that 10.5 in on the first quarter total. Utah State in their last 4 home games has hit the over in the first quarter, 3 of those. And Fresno State, 8 of their last 12 games total, the first quarter game total has gone over. So I think 10.5, you can expect at least a touchdown and a field goal here with this game. I think it'll be another one where they score a lot of points early on Friday the 13th. A little spooky action there. Give me first quarter total over 10.5.
Ooh, the spooky one, Magic. Oh, Friday the 13th. You know what? AEW missed out big time. Why is the spooky bitch not wrestling on Friday the 13th on Rampage tonight? My God.
Do we know the card? I don't know. He doesn't like to announce everything. She might show up.
After all the horrible booking we've had in AEW, that may be the worst one ever. All right, Papa Dude, who do you like, Utah State or Fresno State?
Sneaky game here. Utah State's tough at home. They score a lot of points. Fresno State, tough loss last week at Wyoming. They're going to get back up and win this one. They're struggling a little on offense. I think they win. I'm going to take Utah State plus 4.5.
All right, Utah State plus the 4.5. I'm outright win again on Spooky Friday night, like you said, Magic. Give me another upset. Give me Utah State. You know what? I'm not gonna actually play them outright. I am gonna take the points though. I think Utah State covers. Fresno might field goal late, win something like that. There, you can kind of count on them usually to get the job done. All right, yeah, okay, Dennis. Bryce Harper, what do you think, Papa Dude? Is he horrible for staring a guy down after hitting a home run?
No, it's totally different.
Magic.
Totally different.
No,
okay, Colorado thing. Okay, they're supposed to be so damn good, right?
Oh my God,
they're supposed to be so damn good.
Yep.
They went and played the worst team in the Pac-12. And beat them by 3 points. And this jackwad's got to go down there and act like they really did something. That's the problem.
Okay.
Wait a minute. If you want to be so damn good and you think you're so damn good, Dion, and you get this thing going, you don't do that. You should have been embarrassed that you barely won by 3 points.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's go to the race of the day. Keeneland race.
That was my son, and he did that. Okay. I would have quietly got him in the locker room and said, listen, you're not doing that again.
Well, how do you know?
Because great players don't do that, even though that's what I did my whole life and got away with it because everybody loves me. They're not going to love you.
How do you know he didn't do that?
Well, I'm saying he probably did. I hope he did. I'm not saying he didn't.
All right, Keeneland race 9 here.
All very far from the tree.
We're moving on to the Sycamore Stakes. Grade 3 event here, going 1.5 miles. We've got
Wait a minute. Rodney, what's my thoughts on Air Force versus Wyoming?
That's true. We can't do that. You gave it to us yesterday on our show, but not on this show.
Right.
You're calling for the Cowboys to cover, correct?
I am calling for the Cowboys to cover, Rodney. I think 10.5. That's, I don't know. It may have changed since yesterday, but 10.5 is too many points. I think Wyoming can beat them.
Yep.
So I'm going to go Wyoming plus the points in that one.
Yep, that'll be a big game tomorrow. If you like college football, that'll be a fun game to watch for sure. Those are two darn good teams out there on the West. All right, Magic, we're going. Sycamore, grade 3 race here. Keeneland race 9 on the card, going 1.5 miles, $300,000 the purse. Great race, right? This is a really fun race on a Friday. It'll be a field of 12 that'll actually run. So the 12 formulations scratched. That means the 13 is in, 14, 15, 16 are out. Magic, who'd you go in the Sycamore?
I can't believe this. I really like the 5 Tawny Port, and I don't understand why I like this. I mean, I do, but it's weird to me because It's Tawny Port. Like this horse, we've known this horse for a long time, Aaron, like through the Derby Trail and what. But he gets to Christophe Clement, and Clement puts him on the turf. He runs it. The Bowling Green wasn't his fault. Like he was running okay, and then he got clipped by Rebels Romance, who went down, and that kind of started, threw him off there. But then he came back in that was that the Johns Call Stakes at Saratoga, going really long. Looked super impressive with Rosario. Last out, tried setting the pace, going this distance, and that's usually hard to do. Usually horses can't just go 1.5 miles on the turf gate to wire. Gets run down by a Mike Maker horse, but was still pretty well clear of third place. His time form figures, Aaron, say he's as good as anyone in this field, and that includes the 3 Bold Act, who is the favorite for Charlie Appleby coming in from overseas. And that is one of those things where I'm looking at this going, this doesn't make sense, but everything that I've been taught and follow handicapping wise says at 6-1, this is the horse to play.
Oh boy. Well,
I'm sorry.
I like.
I can leave now. If there was really that bad of a pick, I can leave now.
No, it's not. It's I like the 5 Tawny Port to win the race. I'm with you.
Oh jeez.
Oh,
That's not good. I do. I think the horse is going to sit a great trip. I think won't have to be in front today. Can kind of stalk the pace like he did 2 races back and win. I like Tawny Port. I am interested to see what Bold Act does. I think that horse has some class, but doesn't look like a real killer like some of those horses, So there is that for Bold Act. I wanted to try and go against him. I went with the 5. All right, Papa Dude, where are you going?
gosh, I'm gonna have to make it a clean sweep.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Really bad.
You like him too? Oh,
I do. I do. It seems like the trainer change has helped this horse.
Mm-hmm.
And he was with Cox, but like Magic said, they put him on the turf. Looks like it's found its niche.
Mm-hmm.
I like the 2 a lot. It's my type of horse, very consistent, but the last 3 races haven't been great. And so I think that horse might be a little tired, maybe.
Yeah.
Running some big time races. And it could be wearing down a little bit this late in the season.
9.
He is 9. Yep.
Yep. There you go. So I think this horse is running out of gas. I can't take that horse at 9-2. Channel Maker, how about that one? Ran good. What? At Saratoga and the Bowling Green won it, but the last race was not good. Lost by 17 1/4. I think Tawny Port's going to get it. I'm going with that horse as well.
A couple people have mentioned the 11 limited liability. I think that's a horse that at a big price could be interesting as well. We'll see what happens with him. It looked like Michael liked the 2-3-11. So you're talking about that Red Knight being one to use as well. So we'll see. Also the 11. So
one that I liked, Aaron, too, is I almost made my top pick is the 4.
Yep.
And if you consider the fact that he's run it multiple times at Kentucky Downs and has never run well at Kentucky Downs, his previous races, you look at Monmouth, won the Grade 1 United Nations. Before that, missed by a head. 2 races before that, won at Gulfstream on Florida Derby Day, or Derby weekend. So he's had lots of big efforts on the turf. And then the Churchill race, okay, maybe he was a little forwardly placed, and that's kind of not his style. So he needs pace to run into, but I think the distance won't be an issue for him.
Yep. I agree with you on that one as well. I think the 4 is pretty interesting in this spot as well. So look, I mean, Dennis hates this race. I mean, I don't view it that way. I don't think these horses are fantastic, but it's Friday, October 13th, and the Breeders' Cup's a couple weeks away. Like, you're not going to get a star-studded field. I mean, it drew better than I thought it would. I think this is a pretty good race. So a lot of ways you can go. You can make case here. Hopefully we can get a price home, and hopefully it's one we played, I should say, as well. So, all right. Well, let's see, Magic. Should we stay at Keeneland or should we take
stay at Keeneland. We put too many miles on the car yesterday going back and forth from Keeneland and Woodbine. So
okay, we'll stay at Keeneland. All right, going to try to make it 2 for 2 this week to kick it off here at Keeneland. I'm going to go race 3 for my best bet today at Keeneland. The number 8, Invaluable, for me. Okay, this horse running first off the claim for Joe Sharp. I like that. Gets Tyler Gaffleone aboard through the claim, riding through the claim. I thought that was good as well. Nice win last time out at Churchill Downs in a 25K claiming race. this is another one. It's a situation where I think the horses just kind of sit, just like the one yesterday did that won. Just kind of sit, draw on outside, sit second, third, fourth, pounce at the top of the stretch, and go get them. So I like the number 8, Invaluable, in the third race at Keeneland for my best bet of the day. All right, Magic. Now we're going to New York. This is going to be an interesting one. Tell us who you like.
Oh, today's the day, right? For an old Saratoga Slim favorite, Alexis Zorba. Listen, I like this horse to finally get the job done. If you remember, if you followed Saratoga Slim's backstretch vlog that he did last summer for us, loved this horse. He talked to trainer Joseph O'Brien in Ireland about this horse. Blah 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 blah. Came to America and was supposed to be hot shit and ran like that. Like, it did not run. They ran like, runny shit instead. His next race was a bit better at Saratoga. Was on the front end. The reason I think this is a spot, second off of the layoff as a 3-year-old, Irad was on him for the return, stays here for him. I think he's not fast enough to take the lead, and that's going to be his best move. I think the 5 ends up going. The 1 to his outside, which sounds weird, but trust me, because of the coupling, the 1 could go. The 3 on the inside, I definitely think can go as well. If he sits off in a stalking position like he did in his debut when he was on synthetic, I think that's the right move for him. He's a talented horse. 5 starts, 4 times he's finished second. You just got to get that right combination for him here. So today's the day, Alexis Zorba.
It's now or never. He's got to get it done. I mean, you look at some of the horses that have beat him, they're pretty darn good horses. So that's the good news. Yeah, and like Mike says, second off the layoff for the new barn here, for Chad, I should say. It's now or never. I mean, he's burned a lot of money, but he really should win this race. I'm with you on it. So the 8, Alexis Zorba for Chad Brown. All right, Papa Dude, go to your best bet.
Going to hockey tonight. I think this is my first hockey bet of the year. Yesterday. Yeah. So, by the way, that was a good one. 2-0. I didn't have to sweat that one much. The Minnesota scored a goal to make it 3-0. And I was sweating it a little bit, but they took that goal away, so that really helped. Capitals and the Penguins tonight in Washington. I think it's the first game of the year for the Capitals. I think Pittsburgh's one of these teams that's going to be a big disappointment this year. They choked it away last year. I don't think they've made many improvements. They got beat. Who was it? The Blackhawks, I think, beat them the other night. Opening night. I've had a couple of days to get over that. But they're going into Washington for the home opener. Give me the Capitals. I don't know why they're plus 105. I would think they would be the favorite. So give me the Capitals tonight at plus 105 to beat the Penguins.
All right. Yeah. This is the last season for Ovechkin, right, Magic? I think Magic. You were muted there.
Sorry, I was muted. I didn't realize the noise back there. Has it been announced that it's his last
I thought
season?
This was it.
I haven't seen that.
I didn't think so.
I made that up. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think if he stays on this pace for 2 more seasons, he catches Gretzky. So I would assume that next season is his last, probably.
Okay, maybe I got confused. I knew it was winding down, but yeah.
Is he catching which one is he catching Gretzky on? Most goals ever?
Goals.
Did you ever think that would ever be broken? I didn't.
No.
Not unless I'm back there on rookie mode on NHL 23. Then it happens quite easily, but no, otherwise.
But don't you just think, I mean, that's an amazing accomplishment that this, I don't know that this guy is looked at as being that good. You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't think anybody's going to be looked at it being Gretzky good, but I mean.
Well, this is an amazing accomplishment, though.
Yeah, I think he's looked at as one of the top players of all time.
I do too, but a goal scorer. Maybe that's what I mean.
Top goal scorer. Gretzky had the cups.
Right. Yeah. I think Magic's point's a good one.
Yeah.
In this sport, when you don't win a lot of cups, you do kind of not get that pub because you make your legend in the playoffs, right? Yeah. And he's had a lot of playoff runs, and that's not him; it's Washington more than anything else.
Yeah.
They weren't very good. So,
and he's never had one of those seasons where he scored like 75 goals, has he?
No,
he's one of those consistent 45 to 55 type goal scorers.
Yep. He's just been fantastic for such a long time.
He has, yeah.
Yep.
He's a tough son of a gun too.
Yeah, he is. He's a mean guy. Let me tell you. All right. Let's get the best bets up there for today. One more time. We went 2-1 yesterday, so up $93, up $219 for the year now. I'm going to go Keeneland race 3. I like the number 8 Invaluable. Magic's going Belmont at the Big A race 9. He likes number 8 Alexis. How do you say it, Magic?
Alexis Zorba.
All right. And then Papa Dude's going to go Capitals plus 105, trying to go 2 for 2 in hockey this week. All right, boys, we'll be right back here tomorrow. Well, I guess Papa Dude and I will be right back here tomorrow. Magic, a little too early for him, but 10 a.m. Central Time tomorrow to talk all college football and get you set up for the big day of horse racing as well. All right, guys, we'll see you all back here tomorrow. Everybody have a good rest of your Friday, the 13th.